Alrighty. What's up there, all you fruitcakes out there? This is King Bob from King Bob's Kingdom. Just gonna try a little test here, see how this streaming stuff actually works. So let's get this show on the road. We're gonna do a little flight today from Athens, Greece, to Mykonos, everybody's favorite party island. We are in the LVFR A319, the Horizons fly-by-wire mod. Nice little dirty livery. Let's get this puppy started. First thing I just want to let everybody know is that I am not a real pilot. I don't claim to play one or even fly real planes. I just play on my PC. So a lot of this stuff is probably not standard procedure and all that good stuff. So I'm just here to have fun. So let's get it going. Turn them batteries on. Get the external power coming on. Turn on the master switch for the APU. 1, 2, 3. Start the APU. Emergency exit lights on. No smoking auto. We're going to throw seatbelts on even though nobody's loaded yet, but we will. Nav and logo lights are coming on. Route supply oxygen. That key, that's got to come on. Turn on the ground control for the flight recorder. So meters flipping on. I know that was right, not in sequence, but oh well. Let's do the fuel pumps on. Let's roll over to the EFB. Favorite flight bag. Import that. Going from Athens to Mykonos. This is going to be a RNAV approach, so no ILS here, so this should be interesting. Load the plane. Fuel from SimBrief, 9,000 pounds. Payload 117. Souls on board. Yeah, good luck with
Boarding
that.
completed.
Ooh, thank you. Charts. Let's get a approach for runway 34. RNAV. Keep that up for later, and let's continue on. The request going for that. That looks cool. EasyJet 2112.
On the flight deck. On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Thanks much, First Officer, or whoever you are. It almost sounds like V1 simulations to me, but what do I know? So we go up here. We're going to get our fuel on board, which is 9,000. So we always run it a little bit high here. Get our zero fuel weight plugged in. Performance. Lately, we've been doing nothing but toga, so we're going to keep going with toga. So V1's at 135, rotates at 136, and V2 is 140. Looking good. Get the flight plan set up here. I like to use this little SimBrief panel plugin. Makes this part easier, so we'll go fetch. Taking off from runway 21L. KEA1N SID. Transition, so we can insert that. First, we're gonna go 34 for the RNAV. Barry 1T should be here. Is insert that. We got a via barracks here. It is. All right, we'll insert that. Looks good. So let's check that out. Go to our flight plan. Just make sure everything looks cool. This. I do see a disco in there. Top here. Gonna remove that disco. Go. Not going on. Issues tonight in Greece. Okay, it appears to be gone, so I think okay. Flight plan doesn't look. Ooh, that looks a little weird. Take out the MKO1 there. That's obviously wrong. Clear that discontinuity. Can it connect up? Microsoft Flight Sim. AEA there. Got a double that. What's the problem? Here the. There we go. Much better. Okay, that looks cool, so we can flip that back to arc mode. I like to go down to 10. We'll throw restraints on. A 25-minute flight time today, so it should be a quickie. There we go. The 10-11 for the QNH. Our altitude, what? 13,000, flight level 13,000. So we'll roll that up on my mini FCU. Good. Was the way. Good. Looks like it's relatively 22. Variable, but not Mykonos. That could be an issue. Let's see. Oh no, not an issue. Switch over. Yeah, it's relatively calm today, so be an easy flight. Throw the APU bleed on. Some air conditioning going to the folks in the back. I'm not going to fill this out now. I'll fill it out once I get into the air, but we'll eventually have to, obviously, fill all that good stuff. Flight plan looks good. The NIT B looks good. Performance. All right, let's plane push back. We are going to use GSX today if it decides it. We'll go with GN Airlines. Coming out to the plane. doesn't look like GSX wants to play nice today, so just do a manual. Push back. Let's go. Oh, come on. Park and brake off. Oh, no. That's wrong. It's called a tug. Have them attach. You got a tug coming? I don't see one. Interesting. It's just, it's going to push back. Starting to push back. Look at that. No tug and we're pushing back. Engine's going. Bouncy, bouncy out there today. You know what? We're going to stop the pushback there, since that's good enough. We'll pause that. Park and brakes coming up. Get rid of the tug. That's not even really there. Turn that mess off. Wait for the engines to spool up. Two's available. Let's get engine 1 going. Engine 2 is coming online. Or engine 1, actually. Sorry. 1, 2, who cares? It's all the same. Right. Almost ready to go. Good. Engine 1 is available. We can switch off the ignition switch. Up top, turn off our APU. Everything looks good up here. A white. Get our taxi lights going. Okay. Taxi to runway 21. Yep, 21 left. Which is where's my chart? Where there? Anyone left down here? So we're based taxi. Big Charlie. Well, if I get no, maybe Charlie. Yeah, we could do Charlie to D12. Charlie right to Delta. And decisions. You know what? We'll do Charlie to Delta 8 to Delta. That'll work. It's out there. Cool beans. Let's get this puppy on the road. So, parking brakes are coming on. ability in here. Of these by-wire lighting. Auto brake is coming to me. Arm the spoilers. Flaps are going down to 1. Ding the old cabin. Takeoff test. Something's still not right. There we go. Probably the flaps weren't in position, so now we're good to go. Cam looks good. No blue. Start taxiing. Parking brake. Here we go. And I apologize, none of this is standard or the way it probably should be done, but you know what, I'm having fun, so that's all that really. Then again, with the landings I've been doing lately, I'm probably landing these planes better than a typical Ryanair pilot, just saying, but I know this isn't real life. Oh well. All right, we'll take D8 right here. We're going to go out to Delta. We'll take Delta 8 out to Delta and down. Lovely day for flying today. Obviously, it's not the real time because I'm pretty sure it's in dark right now. I don't even know, to be honest with you. We'll turn left onto Delta here. Take it all the way down. Looking good. I like this little 319. By the way, anybody that wants to get the 319 from LVFR, do yourself a favor and get the Horizons mod, because default it stinks big time. It is not a fun plane to fly. The Horizon mod makes it so much better. Almost on par with the actual the 320 Neo that fly-by-wire does. Little thing's a rocket ship. It moves. I don't think this is the baby bus. I know I've heard that term used before. I think that's the 318, but this is pretty short compared to the 320 or the 321, obviously, which is much bigger. Okay. We get out to the end of the runway here. We'll do our final checks and get this bird in the air. Try to do what I know how to do an RNAV approach. I know this plane doesn't fully do it. You have to kind of manually make it work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe this will be a little tutorial for anybody that's trying to do RNAV approaches, not relying on the ILS and the fly-by-wire stuff. It works, not all the time, but there's some manual tweaking you got to do. All right, this is good enough. We can turn onto 21 left here. I wish I had a real tiller. That would be nice. All right. Always stop before the runway. Let's turn the takeoff lights on. The landing lights are coming on. You messed up. Strobe should have been on. Beacon should have been on. I hope nobody got sucked into the engine. Thank you. So we'll throw the strobes full on now. I'm always me. Yeah, what can you do? Okay, that looks good. We're gonna bring TCAS online.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Thank you, and we are good to go. Again, it's going to be a toga takeoff, so we'll flex today. Do like the way this LVFR A319 with the Horizon mod. I love the way it sounds. Coming. Looks like there's traffic down on the runway. That ain't cool. I think we're gonna play a little chicken today. Right, and he's taking off and I'm taking off, so go figure. Gotta love the traffic in this game. By the way, I'm using a mod called FS Traffic. Here we go. Let's spool the engines up to 50%. Stable. Release the brakes. Little nose down. Toga. $80 knots. Release back pressure. 100 knots checked. There's V1 and rotate. Positive rate gear is coming up. We'll do a little manual flying for a little bit here. Disarm these speed brakes. Flaps can come up. Follow the flight directors. Throttles down to climb. Everything's looking good so far, and there's the Athens airport down below. Keep an eye on my flight directors. Oops. We're going to pop it over into autopilot. And she's going to climb. Man, she's climbing healthy. That's got to be wrong. 6,200 feet a minute? It's insane. Jeez Louise. Told you it was a rocket ship. Back down, but man, that is a steep climb. Go to standard on the barrow. turn off the landing lights and the takeoff lights and let the the people free to roam. Greece is really a lovely place to fly. A lot of cool airports over here, a lot of nice scenery. Nice change of pace since I mostly fly in the good old US of A. Geez, we're already up to 13,000 feet. See where our top of descent is. 35 miles out, so we should prepare for that. Since we're just straight up, I know 2992, but we're just going to go that. 25 for temp, who cares? 0 slash... Oh no, you know what? We are using real weather. What am I doing? 182, 25, 10, 11. 182, 25, 10, 11.
Just reach a cruise altitude for the flight. Now we get a settle in our 212 degrees. Keep your feet elbows clear from the aisle as the flight approaches the cabin. The galley runs shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Check our decision altitude, which is 1180. Yes, and I'm being informed I forgot the chrono. I always forget that. Oh well, what can you do? Again, I'm not a real pilot, so... Rookie mistake. Now I got way too many hours into this. We're up at 13,000, and we're going to look to hit MK-508, 2,000 feet. And take a 3% slope down to Mykonos. Let's put that in our altimeter. 1,000. Love that mini FCU. It looks good up there. Everything looks good down here. Probably should have shut the cabin door. Okay. I believe these planes, since they're fly-by-wire, you can time accelerate, but since our top of descent's fairly close, I'm not going to bother. Looks like we're only about 15 miles out right now. 18. Plane has a tendency to wobble at 4 times time acceleration. It does hold the altitude and hold the speed, but it's a little wobbly. Now, since we're doing RNAV, I'm going to probably descend before 10. Started to get down a little bit earlier. I'll probably butcher this landing anyways. Roughly, yeah. I think we'll start down at roughly 10 miles out. 10 miles out. Let's start our descent down to Mykonos. See if I'm going to have to baby the plane down. Sometimes I have to tweak the vertical speed to get it down, but a lot of times this plane flies down the way it should. We're a little bit below right now the descent, but should catch back up.
Purple flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As we have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for a wrap.
Right. Not much to do now, but what we're going to do once we hit MK-508, we're going to go into FPA mode and dial it down with down to minus 3.0. How that gets us. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work, I'll do my best. If it does, I will still do my best. Probably still fail. Hey, it is what it is. Really a nice livery. Love the weathering on it. I don't know why, but I always seem to prefer the right-hand side wing engine view. I don't know why. Just always happens to go to that side when I choose it. Whether there's something to see there or not. Coming up on 10,000 feet. We got to get down another 8,000 feet, so. All right, now it's starting to drop. It looks like we got the change here again. The level change is coming down. Well, now it's going to start to slow the descent again. I think I may help it along a little bit. Let's help it along a little bit. Do a 1,000 feet per minute. Get it down below 10. We can put the landing lights on. We can put the people back in their seats. Hopefully. Or at least tell them to buckle up. Don't want to crash your head into the ceiling if we hit any major turbulence, which can happen in real life. Keep them seatbelts buckled, peeps. Ascending nicely down through 95. Okay, 508's right there, so just before there we will use FPA mode and then drop it to 3 degrees, I think it was, -3. Check our charts. When in doubt, check the chart. Yeah, -3. 508. Let's see if it works. Constraint coming up there. What is that? Above 3,000. They'll drop it a little bit more. Maybe 1,500 feet a second. down nicely. So cool looking. Love it. Gotta get down to 2,000, so what I will do is maybe once we get to 5,000, I'll let the plane just put it back into management or descent. Looking back up, and I believe we're at 10-11, so that looks okay. Things looking good here. It's a calm day in Greece. I'd like to visit there someday. All right, once we get down to 5,000, I think I'm going to go back into manage mode and let the plane get us down the 3,002. Sometimes I find the fly-by-wire series of planes, while I love them, they don't always seem to get me down to the altitude that I really want to. But, a lot of times they do, but sometimes they don't. I haven't flown this route much, but let's see what happens. Put it back in manage mode. Oh, look at that. Going to manage mode, it's even going to descend even quicker. I was descending at 1,500 feet a second. Now it's popping back up. About 1,600 feet a second. Have some sort of change here once we hit that pink dot. I don't remember if that's a speed change or I think it's a speed change. Yeah, because we got to get down to 230. That's what it is. So it's going to try to get us down to 230. I'll coax it along. I'll give it some speed brakes. We don't want to get a ticket. Those air cops are always on the lookout. Also going to activate approach phase early, about 5 miles out right now, so I could wait, but close enough. Get approach phase going. It should start coming down even, the speed should start coming down even more. Prepare ourselves. Would like to be set up before that last curve, that last left-hand turn there, but don't know if it's possible. I'm going to give it flaps 1 early. We're below flaps 1 speed, so drop that down to flap 1. We're already getting some, hopefully someday they get the RNAV working in the fly-by-wire stuff like it works in the Phoenix, because we're getting a little bit of guidance here with the LDEV, but we should have a vertical deviation over there too, but a vertical indicator over here, but it doesn't show in this plane. Almost down to flaps 2 speed, so let's drop them down to flaps 2. We're gonna get to 2,000. About 3.2 miles, so about 3 miles from MK-508. Be close. Gonna be close. Now 7.5 miles. I'm gonna drop my landing gear down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
It's good. We are 7, so
2,500.
basically going to swap over to FPA mode. Go flaps 3. And then full flaps. That, let's get down to -3 for FPA. About 0.4, we're going to activate it now. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. So this is kind of how you fly an RNAV approach in a change to of that. There we go, 0.3. This is how you fly an RNAV approach in a fly-by-wire version of the plane. So it's going to kind of descend on its own. It's going to do its thing. Sort of like an ILS approach, and notice it's about coming down at about 700 feet a minute. Is should be good enough to get us down. Yeah, we're going to turn our brakes on. Auto brakes to low. Spoilers. We can arm. And the old ding on the cabin. Now we should be good. Down nice. It's like we're high though. Can't really see the poppies out there. Are there poppies here? I believe there are.
Hundred above.
And at this point, it's basically just flying it down to the runway. Kinda like an ILS.
Minimum.
Continue. Probably disconnect autopilot. I don't know, maybe about, let's see, 1,000.
1,000.
Oh, looking good. Everything's looking really good here. Do we got any populates out there yet? Let's see them. No worries. All right. Almost my control. Take over now. My control.
400. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
Brakes because this is a short runway. And flaps are coming back up. Let it roll out here, flip it around, and check the old landing rate. Seemed, I don't know about that one. It seemed like I was coming in really hot. Turn around over here. Way. Backtrack down. Boilers disarmed. Stop. Get the landing lights off. Oh, I forgot to see. Always messes up. I forgot to put the takeoff lights, the taxi lights, and no biggie. I make it the mistakes. What can I do? See what the landing rate was on that. take it. A 188. According to landing rate monitor, that's perfect. So who knows? Forces are okay. 1.14. That's decent too. So we'll take that. Now let's. Somebody really needs to clean these scratches up on this windshield here. That was sort of kind of a demonstration of an RNAV approach, or I guess could be considered an RNAV approach in a fly-by-wire. Since they can't fully fly it, you kind of have to manually coax the plane down. It works sometimes, not all the time. I don't know, it's hit or miss for me. Maybe one day it'll be like the Phoenix, where you basically just hit the approach button. It'll do its thing. Let's just pull up over here to 7. Hey, is GSX going to work for me this time? It's... Ooh, look at... 7. In. See how close we can get. Maybe we get the dance going tonight. Who knows? Taxi lights off so we don't blind them. Pay attention. I need another button box for all my lights. Actually, I'm in the process of using a Stream Deck to set that stuff up so I don't have to take my eyes off the prize here. Dance. Nah. Well, I don't think we're gonna get a let it out. Put parking brakes on. Turn the engines up. That was today's flight from Athens to Mykonos. I think I'm saying that right. I don't even know. That. Oh, you know, I never turned the APU on. Oh, well. Hey, no dance. Come on. That was pretty good. Wait a minute. Oh, well. So, that is going to be the end of this stream. That was my first one, so hopefully I didn't bore you to death out there. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But kind of a test flight and just practicing out with an RNAV. So everybody have a most wonderful evening. This is King Bob. See ya.